7 News on a developing story. The parents of the Aurora theater shooter coming forward for the first time since the July 2012 mass shooting. In a new letter today, they're pleading their son be spared the death penalty. The letter bringing back that painful night for the shooting survivors. Our Jennifer Kowaleski talking to one of them, learning the timing is pretty upsetting.
It's painful. Even sitting here talking about it right now, it's just, I remember my friend.
Not a day goes by Marcus Weaver doesn't think about that night, July 20th, 2012.
It's obviously changed my life forever, and it will continue to do so.
Weaver was shot in the shoulder. His friend Rebecca Ann Wingo among the 12 people killed inside the theater. And now, more than 2 years later, the shooter's parents releasing this letter.
So to send out a letter during the holidays, when people are suffering, especially the victims, that's just like it's another shot in the arm.
In the letter, Robert and Arlene Holmes apologized to the victims and survivors, pleading for their son's life to be spared, writing, "We love our son. We have always loved him, and we do not want him to be executed."
There should be no compromise for a person who kills 12 people and 1 baby in a theater and injures 59 others.
Weaver says the letter came too little, too late. He is not an advocate for the death penalty, but says this is different.
There's no other justice besides the death penalty.
Holmes' parents say their son is not a monster. He's mentally ill.
When the trial actually starts, you're going to see the evidence that will 100% show that not only was he sane, but he knew what he was doing.
The couple asking for a plea deal to avoid trial altogether, saying a lengthy trial requires everyone to relive those horrible moments in time, causing additional trauma.
I could see how a life sentence would spare us all the agony of going to a trial, so I could see that point of view. But at the same time, look how much agony we've been through already. It's not going to bring Rebecca back. It's not going to bring the Sullivan childs back. It's not going to bring A.J. Boyd back. It's not going to bring Jessica my way. I can list them all.
Melissa Cowden's ex-husband Gordon Cowden was also killed in the shooting. She called the parents' statement comical, saying she doubts Holmes is mentally ill. In the newsroom, Jennifer Kowaleski, 7 News.
9,000 summonses for potential jurors already in the mail tonight. They went out last week. The process of narrowing the field to 12 jurors and 12 alternates will start on January 20th. 7 News bringing you full coverage of this developing story. You can find all the latest details on our 7 News app.
And new tonight, 7 News learning the parents of the Aurora theater shooter reached out to a Pueblo man who's all too familiar with the death penalty. Bob Ottoby's son, Eric, was murdered in 2002 while working as a prison guard at Lyman Correctional Facility. And Ottoby ended up fighting to get his son's murderer spared from the death penalty in the same district where the Aurora theater shooter now sits. He says the shooter's mother called him last month to thank him for his fight.
And I could feel her pain. If I knew my son was facing death, that would be almost unbearable. And we just supported each other. And I told her, if you need me, I'll be there.
And Ottoby says he will be in court with her when the Aurora theater shooting trial starts next month.